Aryan Brotherhood, notoriously violent white supremacist group and organized crime syndicate. It is the oldest, largest, and deadliest prison gang in the United States. It was founded in 1964 in the San Quentin State Prison in California by Irish immigrants in reaction to prison desegregation. The neo-Nazi group has a major racist component, but this often is secondary in importance to the consolidation of power and acquisition of profit. The Aryan Brotherhood's criminal enterprises include extortion, narcotics trafficking, murder, male prostitution, and gambling operations. The motto of the Aryan Brotherhood is "Blood in, blood out." This refers both to the admittance process that requires a potential member to injure or kill a member of law enforcement or a person of a different race in a rival gang, and to the stipulation that membership is lifelong and extends beyond prison walls. If they are released from prison, members are still expected to help other members, including those still incarcerated. Tasks delegated to paroled gang members include smuggling drugs, cell phones, and weapons to incarcerated members, as well as drug dealing, murder, identity theft, and armed robbery on the outside. Paroled members are expected to turn over a certain percentage of their profits from these crimes to leadership of the group on the inside. As with many members of prison gangs, members of the Aryan Brotherhood often have prominent, recognizable tattoos declaring their affiliation. Common symbols include a shamrock with a swastika, the letters IB, or the number 666. The group had spread from the California state prison system to federal prisons by the mid to late 1970s. The federal organization and the state chapters of the gang enlarged concurrently but on separate trajectories, forming two disparate branches with similar hierarchical structures, largely by absorbing assorted small skinhead gangs and growing exponentially. In 1980 the gang appointed a three-man commission to run the group, marking the beginning of its official organized criminal activities. This commission makes decisions about membership admittance, approves targets for killings, and, in the first years of its existence, developed a de facto banking system. By 1983 the Commission had appointed a 12-person council to coordinate crimes across the federal prison system. The federal prison group and the state prison groups each have their own leaders, but they work as allies. The groups communicate in codes, and prisons in most major cities have a representative faction. The Aryan Brotherhood has a demonstrated history of violence especially against non-whites and has been responsible for inciting race wars in prisons. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center and the FBI, authorities hold the Aryan Brotherhood responsible for 18% of murders in American prisons, despite members constituting just 1% of the prison population. In 1983 members of the Aryan Brotherhood staged separate attacks on corrections officers in Marion, Illinois, resulting in the deaths of two, marking the first time that two guards were murdered on the same day in the federal prison system. The Aryan Brotherhood's white supremacist beliefs have not precluded it from engaging in criminal business with members of other races. In 1972 in San Quentin the gang formed an alliance with the Mexican Mafia against La Nuestra Familia, two of the other main prison gangs in California. Members of the Aryan Brotherhood have also partnered with members of minority-led gangs for drug trafficking operations. The federal government has sought to dismantle the organizational structure of the Aryan Brotherhood, most commonly by seeking racketeering or drug trafficking charges against top members. In the 1990s leaders were relocated to different penitentiaries or to those with higher security levels and more solitary confinement, in an attempt to interrupt the chain of command. Many of the senior members were already serving life sentences with no chance of parole, so bringing additional charges in the criminal justice system had a limited effect. A 2002 attempt to seek the death penalty for 21 senior leaders of the gang for racketeering and conspiracy to commit murder failed when they were convicted, but none were sentenced to death. Many of those convicted and sentenced to life in prison were already serving life in prison. A 2020 investigation by law enforcement resulted in charges for more than 100 members of a street gang based in California that was reportedly under the command of Aryan Brotherhood leadership. The majority of the evidence in these cases was collected via wiretap, as many prisoners carry contraband cell phones.